it's umomgtarot, and this is your mid-October tarot card reading. Oakley dokley, Aquarius. Let's see what comes up for you. Let us see what's coming up. Just shuffling away for Aquarius for mid-October. What's coming up for Aquarius? Past, present, and future. Ooh. First card, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Boom. Then we have Taurus. The Hierophant associated with Taurus. You see how it spills out there? Then we have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Cups. Why am I seeing but not saying correctly? What is happening? And then we have the Seven of Wands, followed by the Nine of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. All right, let's get into that before we get into the future, the upcoming. So we see the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and we go, okay, there's an opportunity that may be taking a longer than normal time to get started on or to act on, maybe a little more confusing, maybe a little more clouds in the mix around it. I think there's something you're anticipating that's coming towards you when it comes to maybe a bill, maybe a bigger than normal bill, maybe you're just anticipating some type of action as it comes to the finances, all right, and you're just waiting for it. I don't think it's stressing you. I think it's just something that, where the heck is this bill in the mail? Like, or waiting to see my expenses for the quarter, because damn. All right. But this also is like, some of you guys are expecting a ring. Some of you guys are expecting some type of commitment. And I think you guys are expecting that from someone from the past. Right? Somebody that you've known for a long time. You're expecting some sort of commitment and some sort of like traditional expectation of relationship. Yeah, this is something tangible. So you guys could be hoping that your partner is moving in, or that they're, going to get you a gift, buy you a present of some sort. But I would think a ring, just because they're sitting next to the Hierophant, who's oriented around the relationship thing in a commitment sense. Like, I'm traditional, I'm going to give you a ring, I'm going to ask your parents for your hand in marriage. This is usually a big commitment as well, like significant commitment. Like, some of you guys have been wondering, what the heck are we for I don't know how long. This would be your answer. It would be a positive thing. Then we have the Six of Cups, which is nostalgia and appreciating someone because of your history. Appreciating somebody because they make you feel young again, or they remind you of something from your childhood, any of the source, any connection to the past, any connection to youthfulness. It's always ideal when somebody keeps you young, makes you feel young and beautiful. I think that with this person, that you would have to be defending their honor, or you'd have to be competing with others. So I don't know what that's about. I think going with your gut is key here, because you've proven that time again that is the way to go. Again, Ace of Pentacles, opportunity in reverse. It may be slowed down. So some of you guys, I think for this person, you may be a little defensive at first and think that you're like your spiritual arrogance, your belief arrogance, okay? Like, you're very sure of yourself. You're defensive. You're very sure of yourself. You're aware of competition. You're very sure of yourself. And this new opportunity didn't pan out at first. So reminds me of relationships that fizzle out quickly. Reminds me of relationships that were about to start and then they just don't. Or relationships that they start but then they don't really get going until a little later on. All right, but let's have a look at what comes up. Like the future, like the upcoming time here. Okay, communication cut off. The Magician is in reverse here. Again, more competition, more fight. That's defensiveness, being defensive and being. Oh, so some of you guys were like really resistant for some type of emotion. Maybe you're emotionally unavailable and like defending why didn't create the opportunity that needed to be there to move the relationship forward. Block communication, competition around you. That means, what does that mean? I feel like so you want to fall down during a reading. So you want to fall down during my reading. Right? So the Eight of Pentacles here, make the effort, making an effort that is very succinct. So I'm working hard, trying to do a good job. So okay, so this, I feel like, are we talking about someone? Are we talking about someone in particular? Because these feel like the actions for the most part, but that someone is really important because they're connected to marriage or a real commitment, and then they have that future connection there, but they also have that past connection with how you feel about them is nostalgic, familiar, comfortable. Yeah, I think this may even be a physical offering, and then a commitment was on the horizon here. And you feel good with them, you feel good about them. So this may be a Taurus. You could be dealing with it could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But I mostly think that the strongest here is like Taurus. It could also be Virgo or Gemini with the Magician card here through the Mercury association. I feel like this to me looks like when you're like blocked. Okay, so let's make this online dating scenario. Let's make it an online dating scenario, right? There was an offering here. You go in, you want a commitment. Isn't that always a conversation? Like, you want a commitment, and this person makes you feel familiar. This person makes you feel comfortable. It could be that you feel more comfortable with an ex or somebody from your past, or somebody. It doesn't have to be an ex, but somebody that feels familiar, that feels like they remind you of the past a lot. It could be somebody from childhood, but heck, okay? And that's the real commitment. That's the real threshold for what I find to be marriage worthy. Then we have the Seven of Wands, and that's very defensive. And then there's spiritual confidence. So there's like, my beliefs, how I think, what I've come to realize and believe, I'm very sure of, I'm very certain of. And it might have made you miss out on an opportunity. They're the beginning of a new opportunity. You may have let the clouds and the confusion overtake the creation of a new physical manifestation. So then you have the Magician, which represents blocked communication and people and competition. So it makes me feel like maybe you have a hard time getting through to someone who has other people that are going around, or has other people who are interested in them in whatever way that you're interested in them. So that could be for work, it could be for relationships, it could just be family, attention, and I think it may be a cycle. One day you're blocked, one day you're not, one day you're blocked, one day you're not. They're on, they're off, they're on, they're off. It could be one of those types of cycles where there's a little bit of fighting, and it might even not even be fighting between you. It might be you're fighting for attention because there's so many other people that are looking for attention in that area from that person. Again, what you want is focus on me. Like, give all of your attention to me, to one thing. All right? So if somebody's looking from you, you know what it is. And if it's you, I think that, maybe that motivates you to solidify something significant as per the Hierophant with this person, because you're like, okay, well, I don't want you. I want your undivided attention. I'm sick of this. Right? Don't want to lose out on this familiar feeling, this potential marriage opportunity. And also, like, again, but I think there's a little bit of stubbornness. As to that being that new opportunity. And I guess once you realize you might lose it, then that's when you're like, oh, okay, wait, let me hold up. Let me see what's going on with you, because I might lose you, and you're actually high quality. All right, so there it is. That is your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.